Hello, heroes. Thanks for being on the podcast interview today. This is Dr. Zaino, and I have a really important topic. My topics come out few and far between because I just don't want to really put a bunch of interviews out there unless I really feel they're relevant. And I'll just kind of tell you what I go through or what you guys go through. I always get calls and people saying, hey, listen, I get those emails, spam emails saying, I looked over your site, you're not ranking high in SEO. You name it, or at the other end, I have people faxing, almost strong arming me saying, hey, listen, we saw a couple bad reviews. You need to do this. And they charge just all this money with really, and I've tried it before and there was really broken promises. And so it kind of puts you in a kind of this weird way, but we're dealing with society today where when you go on Amazon or eBay or anywhere and you want to buy something, you go right to the reviews. And as you know, in your office, if you have any kind of weird reviews, it really isn't necessarily a mirror of what's going on in your office, but it stays on there forever. And it could really prevent people from going to your practice and really getting the care they really needed. So I understand in today's site, there's definitely a need from it, but how do you know? I had some patients tell me, hey, listen, I do that stuff. I could do it for you. You want to barter care? So in that world, using a couple of people, I really went through a couple months, couple thousands of dollars or really expensive stuff and saw nothing was really done. So it's so easy for us to base a bad haircut and put everybody in that industry underneath the bad haircut until you find someone who really works and really gets the job done. So that's why I brought on Jeremy Brooks from Public Reputation. And it's really good. I think you really enjoy this and it'll kind of give you a little bit more clarity of what really goes on. And just like if you're a chiropractor, you're a doctor, imagine if you said you're a chiropractor and someone told you, yeah, I went to one of those, and really it was a doctor where they didn't even adjust you, which there's a lot of chiropractors. All right, so and they based their entire experience on someone who really didn't really deliver chiropractic. They delivered some type of therapy, but that person's experience was just, hey, this is what they do, and they lumped you in, who could provide the care they need to a big group. So I think the same thing happens here with Public Reputation. We don't want everybody lumped in, and just like you could say why I'm different and unique in these areas, and it's why makes us better. I think you really need to know that when it comes to Public Reputation, because I see in today's society, it's only you're literally gonna have to have, and I believe it, and I do now believe it in practicing it, you literally need a Public Reputation team member, right? So whether it's, you outsource this, whatever you do, but it really now needs to become a part of your team in any business you choose to do, due to what happens online, Yelp, Google reviews. You have someone who doesn't have a good experience, they will actually try to destroy you by their typing skills. And it's really not the truth of who you are. So now it's a matter of not do we need it or not, how do we know how do we really know if we're going to get what we're promised, and what are the type services we want to look for? And I really think this will be really eye-opening for you guys. And so we're going to introduce Jeremy. So Jeremy, thanks for being on.
Hi, Dr. Zaino.
All right, so Jeremy, explain a little about yourself and don't hold back. And here's the thing, Jeremy is a truly humble guy. But the thing is, you being humble isn't going to help me listen to this. I need you to be straight up, use the numbers, use the stats, let people know where you've been, what you guys are accomplishing, on the size that you're doing it, the certain attributes that you have that other companies don't. And I need you to be honest with it, because when you are, I need people to need to know the full story. So you could go full hero on this. All right.
All right. Well, we'll keep it to the Reader's Digest version. We actually created. I'm the founder of PublicReputation.com. We're the largest provider now in the United States for small and mid-sized businesses for visibility, SEO, review, and reputation management. Everybody in my firm started out and has a background of managing campaigns for some of the largest online marketing campaigns and reputation management for some of the largest brands in the country: Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, Time Warner Cable, HSBC. We had in one time 500-600 employees. In our last operation, that we're managing over $100 million in online marketing for those brands. And what we found was that these big brands have the same exact problems that small and mid-sized businesses do. So after we exited that last company and sold it, we started to search for a solution to help the small and mid-sized business owner that can't afford to have a $70,000 or $80,000 or even $120,000 a year marketing manager handling all their online reputation and their visibility. So we created publicreputation.com. Here we are 3 years later. We're 257 employees here in our Florida HQ, and we're handling roughly 8,000 to 12,000 new small and mid-sized businesses every month. So we take a lot of pride in that, and we can, we have a lot of different solutions that we offer. Each and every business has a different need. So what we've done is we've taken the best of the best from all the different facets that are required to manage your business online and to grow it. So we take a lot of things into consideration. Your first impression is one of them. The consumer obviously is going online and looking at your practice or anybody else's practice. Joe the plumber, John the pizza guy. They're going to go online. They're going to look. So that first impression does matter. You want to make sure that you are in control of that first impression. We have some ways to conquer that. We'll talk more about that later. Reviews do matter, and that's what drives a lot of that impression. Trust, and building that trust immediately by them seeing that you're not just in one location or one directory, that every time they look up your name, you're found everywhere. So that drives credibility, and one way to do that is control your listings and make sure that all of those listings are in order. And so we have a team of people and a huge network, absolutely the largest network in the United States and now globally, of online directories. And we have an automated platform. So when we update your business, it's updated across all of the online directories from Yahoo, Bing, Google, etc. So we'll talk about that more a little bit later too. But and then comes in social media and the future and how you handle the content and automating that. So I'm sure you have some specific questions, Dr. Zaino, that are relevant towards your business that we could use as a good example.
Right, Jeremy. So what I want all the viewers to look at is, and I'll always parallel this to patients. The reason why our patients are in trouble is they just don't know what they don't know. And because they don't know what they don't know, there's this unconscious incompetence going on, or they think the solution may be just that easy, even though they don't know what the solution would be. So explain how in today's world ranking like #1 in your area would be difficult. So what are because that's the thing, let's look at the under the tip of the iceberg. I want people to understand all this stuff is going on, and it's just not as easy as paying your brother-in-law a couple $100 to do. Explain really what has to happen and why it's just not easy.
Yeah, so ranking #1 in your area is the key. And a lot of practices are making the wrong decision when it comes to what you just said. Having your cousin Tom or whoever update your online listings or update your Google My Business account. Most practices are not working with a Google partner. We are a Google partner, and this is key and paramount to your success with Google. Google's always changing. They have a unique algorithm that changes. It looks at your website. It pulls in and aggregates reviews, not just from Google itself, but from all of its network of partners. Those same partners we're tied into that I spoke about earlier, those listings and directories and review platforms. So you have to make sure that you're on top of that, and you yourself can see through our platform how Google looks at you. So again, unless you're working with a Google partner, you don't have the opportunity as a business owner to actually see what Google sees. So we provide that. We're able to look at the things that are online about your business that need to be fixed. And in most cases, in advance of there being a problem, right? So if there's a bad review out there about you, we want to make sure that you get that notification quick so that you can respond effectively. A lot of businesses make the bad decision of just ignoring it. And like you said, it doesn't go away. In fact, the worst thing that you can do is ignore it. The best thing that you can do is address it. In some cases, you can get it brought down. It just depends. Each review platform has a different criteria for removing that. But all of our team members are highly educated on this. It's what they do day in and day out. So they handle that on your behalf, or you can do it. It just depends on what each business owner wants.
Awesome. So let's go a little bit deeper. I always tell docs that, when you bring your message to the community, express your uniqueness and difference. Because I really think that says, everyone says, well, how are you different than so-and-so down the road? How is public reputation different than any other? Because that's the thing. All the other emails are getting or calls are getting. Let's talk about what's unique about you guys and what you do. So we know Google Partner is huge. Well, let's go over some other things that make it unique to you as far as what you guys do.
Yeah, so everything with us is automated on our end. So we've gone out and we invested millions and millions of dollars, partnered with the right technology companies, and created one massive platform. That platform handles everything. So again, the key for us was finding a solution for the small mid-sized business owner that can't afford to have a digital marketing manager working in their office 24/7. So we've automated this platform that allows us to look and see everything. What we do is we actually start off first with a scorecard of every business. So as you know, Dr. Zaino, we run a report. We do a deep dive analysis and pop the hood. We look at your business just as Google, Bing, or any search engine would look at it, but most importantly, as consumers would see it. We identify all the things that are broken. We call this a scorecard. So you'll be able to see an image of that here, and we're able to identify with you the things that are broken. So you visually see the things, and then we start attacking them from there. When I say attacking them, this automation allows us to focus with our team to focus on getting the right content out there, updating the pictures, making sure the right address is on all the different listings and directories, which is a key point. One thing I don't want to overstep that is very, very critical, and it makes us so unique again, is that our automation, the automation of our platform goes out to hundreds of directories, not just Google and Bing, but the ones that you never hear about as a business owner, but the consumers are using. These are all the apps on your iPhone that are out there in your car. If I hit the OnStar button and I say, find me a chiropractor, find me a dentist, where is that data coming from? We ensure that data is accurate in all of those directories and databases. So there's literally thousands of them that are out there, databases that are out there, and our platform automates it. So once we fix one, it shoots across to all of them. So this is great because if you change your business hours or you add a new image or a new logo and you want that across the internet immediately, we put it up on our platform and it's done literally within 1 second. It's distributed. So that's one of the great things. And that makes us unique. Another, obviously, is the Google partnership. And then most importantly for the small and mid-sized business owner, it's because we've automated everything, we're so cost effective, there's no need for you to have somebody that's $70, $80, or $120,000 a year sitting there managing your online reputation. We're handling it for you for literally pennies on the dollar. So we can get into more of that. Again, we have different programs for every type of business. Different businesses want and need different things that are relevant to their online reputation.
That's awesome. So I'll come in now. When you're watching this, so Jeremy and his team, they're doing this all for me in my office as well. And because and the reason why you can handle so much, because you have a huge team. You have 200 plus employees going on. Mm-hmm. And so go into more about, so they know that you guys are directory as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. So publicreputation.com, as I stated earlier, it's critical that when your business is researched, that you're not just found on Yelp, that every single business that's out there is in different directories and different databases, right? That data is bought and sold and aggregated from the state level, from the second you incorporate yourself to the second you get a tax ID number. Once you're in those databases, companies and directories start.
Jeremy, what I liked, and talk about this, let me go with this one. Another thing that I hear a lot of complaints for is customer service. So the cool thing is you just don't have one person helping me out. Like we really get support from a few members of your team, which is really cool. I appreciate that. So in today's society, it's so funny, Jeremy, I was, and the way that people could voice their opinion like that to the world. The other day I saw someone, they had a bad experience with technical support in this one area, and they literally blogged a huge post and had like 3,000 views. It just shows you how easy they could do it. So in today's society, we want things so fast, or we want to make sure that we don't have to like chase after what we're paying for. So just explain that type, because it's very important to me as far as your customer service, your follow-up. Because a lot of times, you know, you have, like I experience with other companies, I have to chase after them. I have to say, hey, what's going on? And sometimes I feel that they're reacting to my email. Like when I pursue them is when they actually do something to show me something was done. So, and I never like that feeling. I don't think anybody likes that. So what I was really impressed with you guys is you had the white glove treatment.
Right.
And explain, because I think, explain how you guys are.
Yeah, you're actually a great example because you're more knowledgeable, obviously, than most. So for you, with working with us, you were already acclimated to like doing that follow up or reach out or what's going on. I remember when you became a customer, and literally within like 2 or 3 days, you had reached out and said, "What's going on?" And ironically, I don't know if you remember the emails, but sure enough, your staff was already engaged with, one person from your team was already engaged with my entire team. So each business, to back up, each business that we bring on board, they're assigned a team. Each team handles anywhere between 150 to 200 businesses every single month. Those are their accounts, right? So they're getting on calls with them throughout the entire month. Usually it's 20-minute sessions. Sometimes it's 30 minutes. Just going through what's changed, what's been updated. Sometimes, you know, the business owner just wants to have a picture updated. Sometimes the business hours change. You might have a new holiday. You add a doctor to your practice, and those are things that you want to be known across the internet. Other things, like you spoke about earlier, when something bad happens, you also want to be known about it. You also want to know about it. So we're immediately on the phone contacting you. You obviously get notifications, but we have that white glove service where we reach out and say, "Hey, this is going on, and let's address it quickly." So in short, yeah, we have an entire team. You had reached out and said that, and it was a great experience for us because that's so typical. The business owner is so used to getting, let's put it blunt, they're used to getting screwed by and hustled by these little one-off, you know, agency type of quote internet marketing people that are Facebook, Google, Yahoo experts, and they're not. It's not as complicated. It's not as complicated as it has to be once you become a partner and you're certified like we are, and you automate the tools and you have the right technology. All of these other, you know, providers that are out there, they don't have the automation, they don't have the size, the scope, and the depth of the technology that we have. So unfortunately, we hear your story all the time. They're so acclimated to chasing.
I apologize for that, but you really see why. Like, it's great. Like, it's the way you've been trained. You know, the contrast of going through that. You realize, you know, and we do that, right? We you know, we have to.
Google does not. So for the record, you know, and I love saying this, Google does not call your business and notify your business that your listing is as outdated, or, you know, that you have something to fix. And we hear it all day long. We get so many calls. Well, I just spoke to Google the other day and they took $1,000 from me. Google does not take any money from you unless you're marketing with them and buying PPC, pay per click. Otherwise, Google does not take any of your money. So you know, beware, buyer beware. You know, it's very unfortunate because doctors are so busy, focused like you on your patients and their health. Well, my job is to be focused, and my team's job is to be focused on that small business, on your company and mid-sized businesses. You know, the big companies, they have teams of people. For us, we're evening the playing field by providing a team of young, knowledgeable experts and great technology to give you that same advantage that the big companies have.
Hey, Jeremy, what are other services you provide? So again, like, because my whole purpose is to show people that, like, there's a bigger picture here. So along what you said, is there anything else that would particularly be of value, of course, to doctors and other services that you can provide as well?
It's all encompassing, right? So we'll build websites. We get asked all the time, you know, can you build me a website even with e-commerce? We're asked all the time, can you help us create a logo? The answer is yes, yes, yes. Just depending on what you need, we can provide. And again, there's different packages for every business. The first step, though, is always, you know, let's look at your company. Let's take a step back. We have an amazing scorecard. We're going to do a deep dive analysis of your organization, your company. across the entire internet and across all the major databases that are serving up information to your potential customers or patients. So that's the first step. Once we do that, and we've gone through that process, which while it's automated and it's instantaneous with some databases and directories, it takes a few months to get updated, right? And just in there, they update, they'll get a batch, they update, quarterly or bi-monthly. So it just depends. Most of the big ones are real-time and instant. So the first step is, let's get the scorecard. Let's start hammering away at updating and cleaning up your business across the entire internet. Step one. Step two is, what are we doing to enhance your current website? What are we doing to enhance and drive new reviews that you're in control of? Two, that the business directory, that public reputation's power page becomes part of your arsenal. So you're going to rank when somebody types in your business and does a lookup on you. You're going to have a public reputation page that you're in complete control of. My team manages all of that for you. So if you want to add videos, pictures, additional information about your office, all of that ranks and is found in the directories as well. So those are the two first steps that we take, and then there's an ongoing process. I mean, we literally will work throughout the entire year, and again, every single month we have an appointment with you. We get on the phone and we go through. Here's what we've achieved. Whether it's updating and enhancing your SEO to ensure that you're getting the entire footprint in your geography, meaning that you're actually reaching the right people in the right area when they do a query based on your zip code for your type of practice. So we're going to constantly give you a monthly update with those additional things. And as your business grows, your needs are going to change. So again, that's where the different packages come in, where you can, we'll build a new website for you, create new logos. We have postcard solutions. We have a PPC solution where we will buy your PPC for you and manage that. So again, each business, different solutions.
Dude, that's so good. All right. So as all the viewers do, when we have information, we got to take action, right? Because action without this, I just don't want this to be an information call. So Jeremy, what's the next step? So they're watching it. This makes sense. I had to explain that this is, you are a team member of my office. That's the way it is. Like,
absolutely. So the first step is, let's show you. I could talk until I'm purple in my shirt. And let me just show you. If you're watching this and you have a practice, any type of a business, let me show you, let my team show you, and let our technology show you what you look like. Look at the true scorecard. It cannot be disputed. It is what it is. This is pulling and aggregating information from the most, from the highest search directories and websites and review platforms. So let's take a look at it together. We'll do an analysis. We'll look at what that local ranking looks like for you. This is no charge, absolutely no charge. When we first started out, we charged $500 to do this because, obviously we're doing a deep dive. Nobody else can just aggregate all this information into one place like we can to actually show you and start, fixing things. So it's literally a $500 analysis where we sit with you and it takes 20 to 30 minutes. You had a lot of questions, so yours went a little bit longer because you know your stuff. But most of the time it's 20 to 30 minutes where we're able to just, show this is what needs to be fixed. And by all means, if you've got the resources internally in your office to dedicate for, months on end to manage, update, and control all this information across the internet, I highly recommend that you do it. For pennies on the dollar, we have different programs for every type of business. We'll handle it for you. It's that simple. But first things, let us show you, and we'll talk to you about what you can do in the most cost-effective way as a small to mid-sized business to get your reputation under control and manage your online listings.
Great. So we'll put a link up for that, so you guys take advantage of that. Just to close it out, Jeremy, is there anything else you think the listeners need to know? Anything else you want to add? I mean, the call. That's really the thing. Is that scorecard's amazing, because what I love about it, you see what is. Yep. And then when you see what is, it's just like seeing a blind spot, then you take action to do it. So is there anything else you want to add before we close?
No, just, we all already know this. Reputation does matter. So whether it's the 50-year-old lady that's doing her online lookup really quick and typing in your name, or it's the 20-year-old college kid that's looking for for chiropractic services or some type of medical help. They're going to look you up online. If that first impression and or your reputation is damaged or you're not found, you're losing patients. So that's the only thing I just want to really drill into in this conversation ending is you don't know until you get the scorecard what your business looks like online. So you have no idea how much business you're actually losing. And every day, without fail, we sit there and we look at it. We read these to business owners. They go look at it. They want to make sure it's legit. They look at it with us online. They see it, the issues that are right there, and they're flabbergasted. They're floored because they know immediately how much money it's costing them by not having this fixed. So I just leave it on that note, to take the time. Reputation does matter. 30 minutes, 20 minutes to go through your company will save you a lot of money, but most importantly, it's going to drive you new revenue.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks so much, Jeremy, for your superpowers. I love it. And thanks for the conference. So, okay, guys, so make sure you click that link, get on the call, get that scoreboard going, and just get awareness on things that you may have not realized so you can do something about them. So thank you so much, Jeremy, and I will see you guys soon.